Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariam, and today I'm going to answer one of the most asked question or a request, if we can say. A lot of people ask me to make a video about how I learned English or how I improved my English. And before that, I would like to thank you guys so much for all the support, for all the love that we've been receiving lately. It means a lot to us. I also try to answer as much as I can of the comments that I get here on YouTube, and I try my best to answer all your messages on Instagram as well. And I feel very happy when I get messages like I learn English from you, or your videos help me improve my English. Let's start with our video now. There are two questions that I got: how to learn English, or how did you learn English, and how to improve, or how did you improve your English. It doesn't matter if it's speaking or accent or anything. First of all, how to learn English. First, we need to learn before we improve. So how did I learn English? I'm not gonna be like, I went to a prestigious school, or I went to this school or that school, or I'm rich enough to learn English. I'm just a girl from a middle class Moroccan family. If you want to improve, you don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need to go to prestigious schools or anything. Don't give up, or don't say no, I don't have the money to learn. You can do it on your own. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I went to a public school. I didn't go to any private school. I didn't even have after school classes, private classes or anything. I'm just a normal girl. But I'm going to tell you how to learn English. First of all, you need the basic. How I learned the basic of English, like any Moroccan, at school, and then you go to university. And my university, as I told you before, I did law in French, so I was not speaking any English anymore. You need the basic to know how to make sentence, to start learning few vocabularies, how to use the verbs in past, future, present. You set a goal for yourself. You set a goal, I need to learn English so that I can go abroad and be able to communicate with people. Okay, my goal is to be able to watch movies without any translation, any subtitle. So you set a goal for yourself, and as I said, the first thing you need to do is the basic. I told you I got it from school. For some people who still don't know, they don't remember any of that, you can always take private classes for that, or there are a lot of good YouTube videos, content that can teach you English. When you are learning at school or private classes, don't expect to be fluent just with those classes. It will all depend on you. So my advice is, don't rely on classes only. So while having classes, you will need to do a lot of efforts on your side. So here the question is how to improve. I'm going to give you some of my experience first. So at that time when I was in university, I started meeting also friends from abroad. It doesn't matter what nationality they are, they will speak to you in English. It's a universal language. So that's when I was thinking, I really shouldn't forget about this language. Is very important. One point before I give you a few tips on how to practice or how to improve your English, let's talk about the accent. I got a lot of compliments, I would call them compliments, about my accent, and I have been getting these compliments since I was in Morocco. This is a tip about accent. The first time I started learning English, I didn't learn it in a Moroccan accent, but I tried my best. And when you first start speaking English, I know how hard, to twist your tongue, and how uncomfortable it can be the first day, how your mouth start hurting. I was like, I can do it. And even if my tongue was twisting all around my mouth, I still wanted to do it. And when you start doing these things, this is one of the bad things about some Moroccans, if I can say, is that they tend to judge you for that. So for example, when I'm at school or like when the teacher tells me to say something, I will say it and try to say it like in a better accent. Or when I was like trying to like practice with my friends, I heard comments like, "Why are you trying to speak like that?
Do you think you are in a movie or something?"
People tend to say these kind of comments. Some people will take it in a bad way and then they start speaking comfortably. So when you're learning a language, sometimes we tend to be comfortable speaking that language. So for example, for Moroccans, let's take the word Morocco. If I go on Google and I search this word,
Morocco.
But for Moroccans, we tend to feel very comfortable and we don't like want to use that tongue twist. We just want to speak the language the same way we speak Moroccan, our dialect. Morocco, Morocco, Morocco. So it's easier for us. R is more pronounced like R. I feel like for me, I wanted to do more effort in how I speak the language. So my advice is never listen to those people who are going to bring you down. If you feel like that is what you want and that's how you want to speak that language, trust me. I cannot tell you that this accent is bad and this accent is good. I respect any accent. Everyone speaks the way they want. I find it really sad, but that's the reality. I know some people who had everything. They had degrees, they had experience in teaching, they have a TFL certificate, but their accent was so strong that I couldn't help them. Like every school that I gave them the person's like resume or introduction video, once they hear their accents, they'll be like, no. I feel bad about that, but I'm telling you, accent can be very helpful. I'm not telling you that my accent is like perfect. I'm still learning, I'm still improving. So now I'm going to give you guys a few tips that worked for me, whatever, to improve your pronunciation or just to improve your English in general. The first one would be read everything. Walking outside or like you see and then you see this book or like just a word somewhere, I would try to read it. Like first of all in my mind and then read it out loud. So when you read out loud or when you talk out loud, that actually helps you improve your pronunciation. Like sometimes when you are alone and when you learn by yourself, it can be hard to practice this speaking. If I see a word and I don't know what it is, I will try to find it, like the meaning of it. Once I know the meaning or how to use it, I will start to use it in a few sentences. Even I sometimes create a conversation with myself using that word. For example, let's say a word pretty. Hi, you look pretty today. Well, thank you. Today I went outside and it was pretty windy. Pretty good. Pretty awesome. Pretty. A new word. The next tip would be to take a note of new vocabulary. So when you see a new word, you write it down, but don't just write it down and then leave the book somewhere else and then you never use them. Then the next tip is to talk with people. This is very important to practice your speaking skills and also to practice your accent. Find someone with whom you feel comfortable. For me, my little sister, she also, like, we have a lot of things in common. Sometimes when we are together, we used to talk to each other in English, and especially something that we used to do that helped me a lot is we watched movies. I got a question. Someone asked me before in a comment, whom did you try to copy when you were learning English? I didn't really focus on only one person. I just watched any movie I want, and then if I liked the way someone talks or if I liked an expression that someone used, I would use it after. So my little sister and I, we were doing that. Like, no one told us to do that. It's just something that we enjoyed to do. So after watching a movie and after we're done, we just start like repeating some sentences that we heard. It was just like for fun, and we really liked to kind of like act like we are the person that we just saw in the movie. It's actually very fun if you find someone to do that with, or sometimes I did it by myself. Right now I'm practicing. I'm still sometimes practice Chinese because I don't want to lose Chinese, and there is no one around me who's Chinese and who can speak Chinese. So sometimes I just create like a situation with myself, and I just start like speaking it like I'm talking to myself in the mirror. Or like sometimes, like, you know, when you're by yourself, you have thoughts. So sometimes those thoughts, or what am I gonna do the next day, or what am I gonna do today, or what should I wear today? So those questions that I ask myself, I will ask them in Chinese. So you can do that in English too as well, and try to just speak out loud. Don't just keep it like in your mind or in your thoughts, but bring it out, like say it out loud so that you can hear it as well. And that actually helps you remember. Another tip, find a content that you like. I really like people who came to me and be like, I love your channel, I love your content, especially that you speak English. And that makes me really, really, really happy. Some people are like, oh, I didn't think of English like that much, but now that I hear you speaking it, I want to speak the same way. Find a content that you like, but in the same time, try to find a content with a language you want to learn. Next question is ask questions. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared of making mistakes. Never think less of yourself. If you made a mistake, that's okay. Don't be ashamed of that. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm talking to my husband and I make mistakes and he corrects me. When I was in China, even as an English teacher, sometimes I'm talking to my friend and they correct me, and I don't feel ashamed of that. Well, even Chinese people, when I was in China, a lot of Chinese people feel uncomfortable speaking to you English. Their writing is so good, but when they talk to you, they don't know what to say. Because like they only learned how to write and how to answer questions, but they never learned how to talk or how to ask questions or how to have that communication. Don't be scared of like being judged. No one is going to judge you. Sometimes it's all in our mind. And if you have any questions, ask questions. Why do we use this? How do we use this? How should I pronounce this? Or how is this pronounced in your country? Also, one tip. So I know a lot of people are watching Korean dramas, or like some people watching Chinese movies or something. Try to watch it with English subtitle instead of Arabic subtitle. So this is very important because it will help you like know like a lot of new vocabulary, because you like watching Korean dramas or like whatever you like watching. If it's in English, try to watch that movie in English with English subtitle, and after that try to take the subtitle out a little by little, because if you feel like people are speaking faster or like you cannot understand because like of the way they are pronouncing things, try to have an English subtitle. So in case like they are saying a word and just because of the way they are pronouncing it, you don't understand it, you will see how it's written and be like, okay, so that's the word and that's how he pronounced it. So that will help you understand or learn how things are pronounced. This is one tip that actually helped me a lot. The next tip, it's not for everyone, and this actually helped me as well a lot, and it helped me improve. It's going abroad. But I know for this option, it's not an option for everyone. I'm gonna tell you, you can still do it even at home. As I told you, I got a lot of comments about my accent and about my English even while I was in Morocco. Like I have some comments of people being like, oh, why don't you speak in Arabic? You only have Arab people like that are following you. Well, that's not true. There are not only Arab people here, and also I feel very comfortable expressing myself in English. I would really love if people like respect that. And the last one is don't be harsh on yourself. Like don't criticize yourself. Try not to bring yourself down. Be confident. Like don't say that I don't know this or I don't know that. Yeah, we all don't know everything, but like just use what you know. I really appreciated people in China coming to me, even if they don't really speak English, but they try, like, you know, hi, what's your name? Or like little kids coming to me, they only will say whatever they learned in school, and I appreciate that because they are practicing what they learned at school. If you learned few things or if you finally got to have a conversation with someone, or you feel like you improved, celebrate that, be kind to yourself, and like congratulate yourself. Like, don't wait for anyone like to be proud of you, but be proud of yourself first. So I think this is it all for today. I hope this will be helpful for you guys. If you have any more questions, feel free, comment down below. I try my best to answer all of your questions, and thank you again for all the love and support, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.